Hey guys, I'm here today with my Glock 19X, and on the end of it is the SilencerCo Omega 9K. The K portion of the Omega's name probably stands for Kurz, or short in German, because this is a very compact can. Measuring just 4.7 inches and weighing in at only 7.2 ounces, the SilencerCo Omega 9K is not only short, but it's also very light. Now it only reduces 9mm on average to 131.5 decibels compared to my Osprey 45, which on average reduces it to nearly 125 decibels. But the Osprey 45 measures in at nearly 8 inches and tips the scales at about 11.1 ounces. So it's substantially heavier and longer than the Omega 9K. So while I really like the performance of the Osprey 45, but its compact size, lightweight, and the fact that it doesn't drastically shift the point of balance on the handgun or even on the carbine makes it a real winner. Now, shooters who want to run this Omega 9K on a carbine instead of just their handgun first need to remove the back portion, which is threaded in, and separate the piston inside, which is the same style piston as the Osprey series of sound suppressors. And inside there you'll see a large spring, which is the booster. You take that booster and replace it with this spacer, which is designed to prevent the suppressor from battering itself and damaging itself. So put it on the piston, put the assembly back on, and drop the whole thing back in. Good, it's nice and secure. Now with the fixed spacer in, we can try it on a carbine. So what better and more iconic pistol caliber carbine than an MP5 Navy? This particular model was made by Turner Fabrications and is an MP5 Navy clone that features all of the correct markings for a fully automatic MP5, but sadly lacks the fully automatic capabilities. So let's toss this can on there, see how it runs. These are direct threads, so they take a little bit. Now for the entire duration of this test, we'll be running 147 grain Browning ammunition, which is subsonic, around 800 to 900 feet per second. And it's flat nosed, and it's actually made by the same factory that manufactures all the ammunition for the Olin Group in Winchester. And they were generous enough to provide it today for our review. So thanks guys. Let's check out this MP5 and see how she sounds. Getting dialed in at 35 yards. There we go. So you get 50. Oh, swing and a miss. That's actually really quiet. And it's actually substantially quieter than I would have assumed, given how short this can is, and by that nature, how limited the internal volume inside of it is. So it is clear, it's checked. Let's try it on something a little more substantial. Now, if you want to run it on something else besides a 9mm carbine, it includes another adapter. So you just take the original adapter, turn it counterclockwise, and the piston assembly comes out. It's a little difficult for you guys at home to see, but this whole assembly comes out as one piece. Set it down. You can replace it with this thread adapter, which is 5/8 by 24. You guessed it. It is for use on an AR carbine or any carbine chambered in 300 blackout. Now, because of the lack of internal volume and the lack of structural integrity with a pistol caliber suppressor, you should limit yourself to only running this can with subsonic 300 blackout. And for those of you at home that are worried that I didn't clear the gun before doing this, I did, but when I sat it down, the chamber closed. But to make you happy, it is empty. Now this is actually a carbine that is a build in progress. If it looks a little sloppy, that's why. It's a gun that I'm building for a Athlon Outdoors article on building the perfect 300 blackout SBR. All right, so we got a couple rounds from SIG's Elite Ammunition, some 220 grain subsonics with our Radian Raptor charging handle on the back, Ready Weapons charging handle, and a Phase 5 Weapon Systems ultra short CQB stock. So let's see how this goes. And of course, Shout out to my guys at Manticore for providing this abbreviated or abridged handguard. Let's see how the 9K does with rifle ammunition. And I'll put some in the dirt now so you can hear it better. Now, it's not the quietest thing in the world, but it is definitely more than just hearing safe. It's actually pleasant to shoot. And unlike a lot of rifle cans out there, it doesn't dramatically shift the point of balance to the muzzle. And if you ever ran a 308 can on an SBR, even, God forbid, a 20-inch AR, it brings the point of balance so far forward that it makes the gun want to droop. So we know that it runs on a 300 blackout. It's pretty neat. But what really surprised me, given its compact nature, is that on SilencerCo's website, they claim that it is full auto rated. Now, this suppressor was provided by Silencer Shop, and they told me that as long as I follow the manufacturer's guidelines, they don't care if I break a can. Now, this guy's actually on there pretty good, so I'm gonna cheat. There we go. Use a little wrench. That can happen with any suppressor, and if you don't clean them for long enough, they can get carbon locked. So what I'm doing is removing the back end again and replacing it with the 1/2x28 9mm piston assembly with the spacer and the end cap. So reinstall that, and we're going to put it on something a little more interesting than an SBR. A 9mm fully automatic Mac 11 with a Lage Manufacturing Max 11 upper on it. That's actually a reduced fire rate because the original is at like 1,200 rounds per minute, which is a little uncontrollable. This guy clocks it down to between 600 and 800 rounds per minute, depending on the model. I don't recall offhand the exact rate of fire in this guy, but the reason we're doing this is because SilencerCo says on their website that this can is full auto rated. So I'm not gonna do 9 mag dumps, but we're gonna do a couple rounds here. I think it's about 20 in here. We're gonna see how this guy holds up some fully automatic fire. Oh yeah, compact, deadly, and relatively pretty quiet, I gotta say. And doesn't that just look totally badass? A lot better than the Osprey on there, which dramatically increases the size of the unit. This is really cool. I'm actually genuinely impressed, and I haven't had a chance before this to try out this can on a fully automatic weapon like the Mac 11. So I think the takeaway here is that while it's not the quietest can in the world, if you want kind of a do-everything can that's fairly light, fairly compact, won't dramatically alter the point of balance, the weight, and the handling characteristics of your favorite handgun or pistol caliber carbine, SilencerCo's Omega 9K might just be the ticket for you. Thanks guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more burst reviews.